Hey guys, Dr. Chicken's here, Khan, and today we've got a different type of video. Today we're going to be discussing how I lost 7 grand on this first edition fossil box, and why it's always better to have time in the market versus timing the market. So to begin, we got to go back to last October in 2020. 4 or 5 months had passed since we bought our LOB box for 13 grand. And after all the Pokemon hype with Logan Paul, the crypto boom, and all the other madness happening in the October time, our LOB box had gone to record heights, sitting around the 40-50 grand mark, and we wanted to do it again. The only issue was that we had already bought an LOB box and they'd already risen up to exponential heights. So what would we buy next? Would we go low into the Yu-Gi-Oh and buy into that Metal Raiders or the second, third ever set? Or do we go into Pokemon, something a little bit different and diversify in case that Yu-Gi-Oh went a little bit low or went on a dip? Plus, with all the hype going around Logan Paul and that Pokemon, Steve Aoki, Justin Bieber, and all these celebrities getting into Pokemon, we had brought just a little bit into the hype. Then there was another issue. First edition booster boxes, early 2020 and just before 2020 were going for around 90k, and then jumped up to the 300k mark around mid-2020 into late October. This was insane. And I thought to myself, honestly, this is the time to buy Pokemon. So we looked at our options, rocket boxes being at the 25 to 30k mark, fossil boxes 20k mark or so, jungle boxes even at being in that 40k mark in October. We even considered some of the later sets like going to them Gym Heroes or Gym Challenge. But I gotta say, after heavy consideration and looking at the prices and also considering what I loved, and come on, let's be real, chicken dinosaurs, guys. Ever since I was a little chicken, I always loved those dinosaurs. So, I mean, we had to go with the fossil box, being like that Dino Pokemon era, and drop 20k on one in October for a mint box from a professional seller as well, a WotC employee. They had the certificates, everything, to prove this was an authentic box, guys. So we went that extra mile, paid that premium for that mint and authentic box, 20 grand. Even though at the time that was a good price, I gotta say. 9 months later, guys. And you can see the results. 13 grand, 14 grand sale prices for these fossil boxes, guys. Which is about 7k dip since when we bought them. And I gotta say, I've seen many people from then buying boxes, now selling them for ridiculous prices. Even people losing profits because they're scared the investment is just gonna go lower and lower. Or they don't have the time and need the money to move on to new products, or they got personal things in their lives going on. And now let's get to the message, guys. Looking at these boxes, I mean, besides the ones I open for fun, for the YouTube, for everything like that, some of these boxes are investments, right? And what are investments? Money you currently don't need, put into something that's going to appreciate for your future. And times may be tough right now, and Pokemon on an all-time low after that. All that Logan Paul, Steve Aoki stuff. Times will change. And by looking at the history, these $60 boxes when they came out at release, the data only proves. 25 years just about later, guys. 13 grand, 20 grand, the prices just keep going up. Early 2020, these things were sitting below 7, 8 grand a box, guys. And years before that, guys, these things were only a couple grand, if even a grand, guys. Because time in the market always beats time in the market, guys. And we may have made a mistake. We got into the hype, the Pokemon, everything. Yellow B-Box may have got the best of us. That's why having time in the market and gaining that knowledge, even from your failure, that knowledge, that time, that data that you acquire is always going to be anything long term. No matter what hype trains come in, what bubbles appear and pop, the data always wins. And these things only go up in time, guys. These things are meant to be held on to a long time and appreciated, guys. Like, come on, that is one sexy looking box. And that's why it's also important to not give up when times are tough, guys. Even though it's dipped to 13 grand or so, time will tell, because time in the market always beats time in the market, guys. And whether it's 1, 2, 3 years, even 5 years or so to get the price that I need for that box, and however long it takes for that box to get to that price, it will get there, because the data only proves it, and you guys gotta stick to your guts. And that's also why it's key to diversify, guys. Whether it's Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, these things go up at different rates, different times. The markets, crypto, everything affects everything differently, guys. So while you see Pokemon on a low and Yu-Gi-Oh stabilizing somewhat, maybe dipping a little, raising in certain other areas, everything is different. So that's why it's key to expand your portfolio, guys, and put into different areas. and not give up when the times are tough. Sure, people could sell and lose out on 7 grand and, you know, put it to something more useful, so this or that. Or maybe if you really need the money, that's what you gotta do. But guys, don't get scared and sell when times are tough. And plus, there's nothing more important than a lesson of failure, guys. That's where all that growth, development, change comes from, guys. Like, I could just look at that box every day on eBay and get discouraged, looking at them prices, seeing as they go up and down and everything fluctuates. Checking every day and slowly drive me insane. Or you know what? You put it behind you, you put it in that bathroom, that closet, forget about it and move on to bigger and better things, guys. And take that lesson that you learned with you. Because at the end of the day, are you gonna stay a baby chickling or are you gonna hatch into that majestic like chicken? Come on, let's be real, guys. Everyone makes mistakes. It's all about how you bounce back. But hey, I am just one crazy chicken surrounded living in that cardboard in my parents' basement, so what do I know? But hey, I love to hear your guys' opinions, and if you guys have had any similar experiences. But hey, all that good stuff, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and Django says to punch it and subscribe. Or we may have to trade Django for our next box.